Hey guys, it's Zach from the Concon channel, and in this video I'm going to show you all the places you can find the rare Corvette pieces in order to get yourself an S-Class Corvette without spending nanites. Now quickly, if you don't mind spending nanites, all you need to do is go to any space station. You're then going to head all the way to the back where you'll go to the starship outfitting, and then you're going to go to upgrade class of your starship, and here you'll be able to pay with nanites to upgrade the class of your starship. Now I just did mine to level B, but if you don't mind spending a boatload of nanites, you can go ahead and do this instead. Now, one of the most easiest methods to get the rare Corvette pieces is to go to a planet that has salvageable scrap. Now, if you see it on the drop down menu once you're going towards the planet, this can be a really good method for farming those rare Corvette pieces so that you can get yourself some S-Class pieces. Once you're on the planet with the salvageable scrap, you're going to take out your visor and you're going to look for this golden salvage container icon. Once you find it, you can then tag it and then you can go towards it. Now in this new update, they actually added more salvageable scrap to the planets, especially the ones with the labeled salvageable scrap on. So once you find it and you head towards the golden icon, you're going to need to use your terrain manipulator to kind of get rid of all the area surrounding the tech. And then once you do that, you're going to then take out your mining beam and you're going to pretty much destroy the pieces around it. And as you can see, we're already getting some Corvette pieces. Now you won't know what tier or class of Corvette piece they are until you've added it to your ship. Now if you do happen to find a planet with a bunch of salvageable scrap, I do recommend farming the planet as much as you can, because you do get a lot of Corvette pieces every time you do this. It's not like you're just getting one every time you destroy a piece of machinery. You actually get quite a few. Now another method for getting Corvette parts is by going to a space station and going to any cartographer. You're then going to exchange specific charts and you need to get the emergency cartographer chart. You want to buy 5 in total. And once you've done that, you're going to head over to any planet and then you're going to activate those charts that you just purchased. And we're going to do this all 5 times, as it's going to indicate to us each of the different things we can find on the map. Now you can either use all your planetary charts in order to find the crash freighter, or if you have your freighter in the same system with the orbital attachment, you can then summon a Minotaur, and then you can use the exocraft radar in order to search for distress signals, which will then look for a crash freighter. And as you can see, there we have found one. Once you have found the crash freighter, you can then bring out your visor and then you can mark all the cargo pods that are available for you to search. So then you're going to need your terrain manipulator, obviously, in order to get down here. And you'll have to just maneuver your way through the underground in order to find the opening. Once you find a cargo pod, you can then obviously interact with it. You'll need to then get rid of all the junk that's on top of it. And once you open them, you do have a chance of getting Corvette pieces. As you see, I just got a bolted joint. Now, one important thing to note about crash freighters is that everyone gets the exact same loot from them. So if someone happens to loot this crash freighter that I am currently looting, they'll get the exact same Corvette modules. This is important because if you share your coordinates by going through your visor or the planet that you're on with other people or your friends, you'll all be able to farm for that specific Corvette module. Now the next method for farming Corvette pieces is the Derelict Freighters. Now in order to do this, you're going to go to the back right of any space station and you're going to find the scrap dealer back here. You're then going to need 5 million units, which are pretty easy to come by, and you're going to purchase the coordinates of the Derelict Freighter essentially, which is going to then give you an emergency signal scanner. This is essentially going to help you find that Derelict Freighter, and there's usually one per system. Now, if you've already done one Derelict Freighter, you can get a free scanner from Helios on the space anomaly. So once you're on the anomaly, to get your free scanner, you're going to come over to the right over here by this ramp. And once you're at the top of the ramp, you're going to come over to the right. Now, like I said, if you've already done a Derelict Freighter, you'll be able to get a free scanner from Helios once a week. Now, once you've acquired the emergency scanner, you can then start to tune the signal. What you'll then need to do is activate your pulse drive, and it's then going to start searching for the frequency of the Derelict Freighter. Once you find it, you can then stop and it should pop up right in front of you. Now just keep in mind, when you are attempting to do this Derelict Freighter, make sure you have as many spare slots as possible, as you're going to get a lot of loot from this encounter. Now if you are using your Corvette, do not jump out of the hatch to get to the Derelict Freighter, use the beam instead. It's going to take you right towards the entrance, so you won't have any issues getting there. Now keep in mind, you'll only get the Corvette pieces once you reach the final terminal in the Derelict Freighter. Now once you get to the final terminal, you need to choose fabricate items, and then you need to fabricate Corvette modules. Once you do that, it'll give you a few Corvette pieces. Now I got 4 in total, 3 being a duplicate and 1 being a brand new item. Now, another way to get Corvette modules is through the expeditions on your frigate. So if you go to your frigate and talk to the captain, you can go and view the potential expeditions. Now, I'm not sure which expeditions drop Corvette modules, nor do I know which Corvette modules those expeditions drop, but what I recommend doing is doing all of them and then seeing which expedition actually brings back that Corvette module, and then hopefully by finding that out, you can then just farm that specific expedition if it so happens to work that way. Now, it is known that you can actually get some Corvette parts from the Nexus missions. Now, we're not sure how often they drop and which missions drop them, but what I recommend is just passing by the mission board every so often to check if there are parts, and if so, then you have your parts, or it is speculated that you can get them from the mission board you can actually craft on the Corvette. Now, it is also possible to get Corvette modules from pirate ships. As you can see, I just got a high energy shield from destroying a pirate ship. Now, you can also get Corvette modules from cargo pods. Now, I recommend if you are going to do this cargo pod method, you do it in a pirate system. Now, in order to know which cargo pod actually has the Corvette modules in, you'll need to fly up close to it. And if there is no words underneath it, if it's just blankly saying cargo pod, then that is the cargo pod that essentially either has nanites in it or it has the Corvette module in it. So for example, this one, there's no written text beneath it. So we're going to destroy this one and hopefully we can get a Corvette module. Now, what I've noticed is it actually is kind of rare to get the Corvette modules from the cargo pods, but I recommend just traveling to different pirate systems and keep on trying until you do get some. It's been Zach from the Concon channel. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and thanks for watching.